So, with the Food Indaba, we have what you would understand is kind of the usual suspects, the people who think about food as a system, the academics, the activists, civil society members, the farmers, the cooks, the fisher folk, etc. And they are a very tiny percent of our population. And so the food system, everyone's involved because we all eat. And so how does one start to attract a bigger audience of people to get them to think a little more carefully about their food choices, what they eat, how they're connected to the system, how it affects their lives, everything from the climate and the environment to other people's lives and so on. So it's broadening that circle and keeping the diversity of perspectives in. And some of us are motivated by delicious food and food culture and they're intellectually interested. Others aren't, or they haven't had the privilege of that, but they still have to eat, and everyone generates waste, and some people drive by places and they always wonder what's going on. So we try to have a very diverse way of meeting people where they are and inviting them to get a little bit more involved or to learn a bit more. So that diversity of formats has worked very well for us. So some of that is cooking and eating and not just talking about food, right? Some of it is walking tour. Spatially, the effect that the food system has on our cities and on the way we live and the structures of our world, the roads and the warehouses and the power lines and where the rivers are and affect what food we can get and how and what it costs is an often overlooked major factor. We could talk about these kinds of things, but infrastructure has a bigger effect, like fresh water and electricity has a bigger effect on dietary choice than what's available in the shop necessarily. Because if you can't cook it or you can't keep it cold, you can't choose it. So these kind of insights for people are really important. You see the light bulb go on and then suddenly they're working at the next level in terms of how they engage with the world around them. And we're trying to help people do that without being preachy and with having a bit of fun and having it be delicious, and hence the walking tours. And there's really cool stuff happening, and it's not a foodie walking tour, but of course one wants to eat delicious things, meet interesting people and so on. So while you are going to talk about, see someone dealing with organic waste and stuff in the storm's water system and whatever, you're also going to have great street food and meet the kind of Yemeni chef who's innovating things and the others, and that's great. So it's finding that balance. And sometimes for what I love to call the food systems nerds like me, people think about food as a system and that's our work. We can go deep like that, but when you've got kind of ordinary people, they want to keep it at a higher level, still learn something,
but keep it easy.
Yeah.
So